really happy to see you one more time. Last year you were here for only one gig, and this time you're going to play 2 different shows. So what do you think about our audience, and what do you think they love you so much?
I don't know. Each gig has been fabulous in Istanbul. We've had a really, really good time. Maybe they like that. Maybe they like to see us having a good time, and it kind of rubs off on them, and they want us to come back. But from the beginning, there was some love for us, and that's really nice, really special. And I think hopefully these 2 shows will develop even more love.
You titled your new album as Kingdom of Welcome Addiction.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why did you choose that specific name, and what kind of addiction are we talking about?
We're talking about positive addictions. I've tested many different addictions in my life, but in the end I think it all comes down to having a real addiction for life and for positive things. I like to play with words in my lyrics, so it's a fun title. It's not supposed to be very serious, and the kingdom represents the world of Iamx and the attitude and the lifestyle that we live.
What would you say if I say that this album is the most romantic one among the other albums by the lyrics?
Yeah.
Would you agree with me?
I would. I think to me it was probably the most emotional record that I've written, and with the previous 2 records I experimented a lot with sound, and the performance developed from those records, the stage performance. But at some point I got a little tired of all of the intensity and the aggression, and I wanted to explore a more sensitive side of my songwriting, and this record is a reflection of that sensitivity, I guess.
You made an amazing job with Imogen Heap, and which I'm a huge fan of her.
Oh good, she's a great lady.
The thing is, were you planning this when you were writing the song, or it was just a simple coincidence?
I never really planned it. I from the beginning, I think, because at that point I'd written most of the album, and I was just sick of hearing my own voice, and I really wanted to bring somebody in to freshen up the sound a bit for me to enjoy, and she was a fan of Iamx, and she used to come to the stage, to the live shows, and it was all very exciting, and I just sent her the track, and she really liked it, and she developed the second verse and the last chorus, and it was a really nice experience.
And also you direct a video, which is kind of creepy and weird, but really amazing for me.
Thank
you were wearing a woman's dress, and she was wearing a men's suit. What was the point?
For me, Iamx is about theatre, and there's a lot of, even though the sound of the music is quite hard and quite heavy sometimes, and very serious, there is a lot of humour and theatre to the attitude of the project. And I wanted to make a video that was serious at the same time as being playful, and also pushing boundaries a little bit with what people like to see. We never get played on MTV anyway, so there was no point in trying to make a commercial video. And being an artist, being a musician that is anti-record industry, it was a combination of all those things. We wanted to just play with it. And
once you said that even if you're not somewhere from East, your heart beats in East. So do you think that maybe you get some influence from Eastern musicians, or?
I'm influenced by anything that has a lot of soul, and I think I love all music, even though it doesn't really come across in my music. Sometimes it's more important that there's feeling and soulfulness coming from the performer than it is the genre of music. I don't care if it's heavy metal or if it's world music. It doesn't really matter to me. But I think the affinity for the East came because we were playing a lot of shows in the East, and there was a real passion for our music. And it's similar coming to Istanbul. There's a real passion for what we do.
You live in Berlin.
Yes.
Why Berlin? Why did you choose that city?
Berlin is a very free and open and cheap city. So for artists, it's perfect. In terms of having freedom to find yourself, to explore yourself.
So we don't have your albums in here, Turkey.
Yes.
But even if you don't have your original albums, you're really popular in here. So do you think that MP3 sharing causes that? And if you look that way, maybe illegal downloading is kind of useful thing.
I think that as artists, you have to be smart about it. You have to understand that everybody's going to do that because that's human nature. And it has helped us to come and play in Turkey. But I think there has to be an understanding between particularly with artists like us who don't have a record company behind us.
Yeah.
There has to be an understanding between the audience and the artist.
Okay, here comes my last question, which everybody wants me to ask it.
Yeah.
Why Iamx? And if there wasn't an X, what would it be?
X changes all the time, and that's what's great about it.
With what?
With for me.
Yeah, for you.
It can be anything. It can be love. It can be art. It can be sex. It can be obsession. Whatever you really want to see it as. And because of X as a variable, as a mathematical variable, I chose it maybe to make the project really open, and that I could always, it would always fit my world, and it would always fit, you know, as I get older and as I develop my music, it can always fit.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time and good luck on the stage.
Thank you very much.